Unheard of.
What's up, everybody? I'm Arthur, and on my side here is Jared. And the podcast you're listening to, it's called Unheard of. How you doing this week, Jared?
Pretty good, man. As our viewers can probably see, I finally got a clean head again.
Woo!
I kept saying I was studying for that job certification, which I passed since the last show we had. So,
Woo!
hey, thanks, man. But literally, I was just getting so lazy trying to study for that certification in all my free time that I wasn't keeping up with my baldness. So, finally got a clean shave this weekend. And what's funny about this is, let me tell you what happened when I went to go get a shave, right? Um, I walked into this new barber shop because I've been taking my kid to Sport Clips, and I kind of go myself whenever I just need a basic trim, right? Because I have my own razor whenever it's trim like this where I can shave it as long as I'm not lazy. Um, but basically, I didn't want the last time I went to Sport Clips, I ended up spending like $40 on my bald head. So I was like, that's way too much money. So I tried to find another barber shop just for myself, and I found one. But I walk in, and it's a bunch of Latino dudes, right? Latino barbers. I mean, I'm still kind of new here, I guess. We've only been here like 2 years, right? So I don't know what the neighborhoods are around here, but literally it was like a bunch of Latino guys in there speaking Spanish, and I'm walking around. I'm like, huh, do I need to go to the front or anything? Like, I don't know. I've never been here before. And then like some guy asked, like, hey man, you lost? And like another dude was like, no, 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 don't do that. Like, we got to make our customers feel welcome. Like, and then like, oh, sir, do you feel welcome here? I was
Do
like,
you feel
yeah.
welcome here?
I was like, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to check in, or do I just sit down and you guys call whoever's next? And like the very entering the barbershop was super awkward, but then they did a heck of a job on my haircut. So I like the place. And then like in typical white guy fashion, right? Another guy walks in who's white, because up until this point, I was the only white dude there until my haircut was finished. And then another white guy walks in, and like typical white dad fashion, right? He walks by me, he's like, hey man, you're looking pretty shiny right there, ain't you? I'm like, yeah, you know it. Uh, it was like, I thought it was kind of funny. Tiff thought it was weird that they asked me if I felt welcomed. Uh,
Do you feel welcome?
yeah, but no, it ended up being a great barber shop. It was just like a one of those strange times. I thought it was funny.
Nice, man. Nice, nice. I mean, my week has been pretty good. I've just been hanging out at home for the past couple of weeks. Just this week I had off. Last week I was working at the shop at home, just training and stuff. So then I had this problem with my knee. Like, man, I'm gonna go play basketball a couple of weeks ago, and I walked to go play. I played for like an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half, and then I walked back home. And then like the next day, I woke up and my knee was like killing me, like dead killing me. And so I
Yeah,
was like, man, that's crazy. And I've had problems at this knee before. So I was like, whatever, like it'll be all right soon or something. Like I'll just limp around today and then tomorrow I'll be feeling better. That's how it usually goes. And then I woke up the next day and it was feeling worse. And I was like, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. So I was like, man, okay. I'll just like put on a knee brace and it's gonna get better. I've never had this knee not get better. And so then I woke up the third day and I could barely move. Like I could barely move my leg. I was like, ain't no, bro, no. This is not happening to me. I'm too young to have these problems. I'm too young. And so I went to urgent care and everything. And then they was like, looking at my knee and stuff, and the doctor was like, um, yeah, like it's not, you didn't break anything in your bone in your knee. So she was like, maybe you just like tore something a little bit, like
Yeah.
a partial tear of something. So she's like, we're just gonna call it a sprain. I was like, okay, cool. So she prescribed me some medicine or whatever, and the medicine was working for a little while, and they only prescribed me enough for like 3 days because I told them I had a doctor's appointment the next week,
Yeah.
and so it started to feel a little bit better. You know, I wake up and everything like it would be hurting, but then I like take some meds, whatever, made it feel better. Well, I was supposed to have my doctor's appointment on Friday, and I get there. It was in Rome. I get there, and they're like, "Oh, we've been trying to get in touch with you. We need to reschedule your appointment." I'm like, "Bro, what is y'all talking about?" Because like my knee is, I'm talking about killing me, bro. I can't walk. I can't run. I can't go play ball. Like it's warm outside now. Like I'm trying to go ball like every day, and I can't do it. And at least every day while I'm at home. And I've just been so down bad I can't do it. And so they're like, yeah, we need to reschedule it. So I got to reschedule for Tuesday. So hopefully they can do it like an MRI or something on my knee. Tell me what's going on, man. I hope I don't have to have no surgery, but like it's bad. I've never ever felt no pain like this in my knee before.
I tore like a muscle once in like my back shoulder or something like that. And it was really painful because it was also around the time where I had to take like physical fitness tests in the army. And so I was doing
Yeah.
sit-ups and I had to like knock my body back on the ground and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, like so much pain. Uh nah man, hopefully you get it right. Um so yeah, folks, sorry we didn't have an episode for y'all with the Easter holiday and everything. We were just doing our thing, hanging with families like we all should be. Um but without further ado, how these Hawks been looking, man? We this fun note, this episode is recorded before the Sunday game, just for everybody out there. So the opinions that are about to be said were before whatever game's about to come on in a few hours for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's recorded after the Milwaukee Chicago game
Yeah,
where Milwaukee just handed Chicago they ass
they
like
did.
the second time in a row. Like I'm sorry, I know we were gonna talk about the Hawks, but like this Bulls team has been getting just hoed. They've just been getting beat up.
Well, here's the thing, man,
But I mean,
is
Milwaukee is the defending champions, but like,
and the Bulls are like a fresh team. Like they just traded for a
yeah,
lot of that talent this past
yeah.
offseason. So
And do you
uh
think that like not having Lonzo is a big hit to this team?
no, I think Lonzo Ball's a bust. He
You think he's a bust?
Yeah, he's a bust. He he never should have. I mean, his deal is okay. He got an okay deal with them. I mean, to be just like a passing point guard and everything. But I don't think he's like a number two pick kind of guy. So in that aspect, he's kind of a bust. But is he integral like to this team having a chance? I don't think so. I think the Bucks probably still would have dominated them. It kind of goes back to like your thoughts on like Brooklyn, talking about, hey, you hope they get swept. And I'm just sitting there watching this series. I'm like, how do people keep saying Kevin Durant is the best player in the world? Like when Giannis keeps doing his thing every single offseason now, bro. Like
Oh yeah,
he's giving people the business. And one of those dudes was Kevin Durant last season, where
yeah.
he gave it to him. Like I don't know. I think the Bucks have the best player in the NBA right now. So that's probably helping them out a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't see Chicago making another
Nah.
game. I mean, it's well they're up 3-1 now, so then
Yeah.
the series is moving back to Milwaukee. So yeah, I think it's gonna be over the next game.
Yeah.
And
Some of
then
these Hawks. Oh, what? You wanted to go to something else?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then another team who like I thought they were at least gonna put up a better fight. Toronto is down 3-1. So
They're kind of young too. Like ever since Kawhi left, they the fact that they're in the playoffs this season is pretty good. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are saying like Nick Nurse is being recruited to like the Lakers or something like that. Maybe he's already got like one foot out the door. He's like, hey, I'm about to get me another big head coaching gig. I don't need to be here or something. Uh,
I feel like Nick Nurse gives it everything he has. He's a good coach.
yeah, he is. He's a great coach. I don't know. I mean, I don't see Toronto as a team that really had a shot anyways to win it all this season. Like I would think Philly is a better team than Toronto anyways.
All right, fair enough. But I'm sorry, we've been talking about every other team except for the Hawks. But the Hawks, man, um, those first two games in Miami, they just look gassed. Like
Yeah.
yeah, you could tell those two games uh and the play-in really kind of took it out of them just to be able to make it to the playoffs. Um, and then that first game they had it at 1 o'clock. What was it? It was on Easter, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, you saw how that ended up. They lost by like 20 something, right? Was it
Yeah.
20?
We
So
got it handed to us.
yeah. Then they did a little. Then they made some adjustments. Came out a little bit better during game two. They looked better, but it still wasn't able to come up with the win until, of course, yesterday when we finally had a game in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I mean I feel like they looked a lot better except for that third quarter. I was I wasn't watching during the third quarter. I was driving, and I was in my car listening to the game.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was mad as hell when the Heat went on that 21-0 run. And I was like, bro, like it's over. If we go down 3-0, like it's over. Count it. We probably
Yep.
gonna get swept. You know, it's everything's done but the singing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I the Hawks, man, like you can literally just see this team with all the potential, and you're like, man, did we let the regular season get to us? Like Trey's talking about the regular season boring him. This team didn't look well gelled. He led the league in turnovers this year, despite leading in like points and assists. Uh, so, but man, I mean, the thing about Trey Young though is like he shows up in clutch moments, and he definitely did that the other day when he did the game winner floating or floater shot. So hopefully, when we can play this back tomorrow, we're even the series up, 2-2. Because now I think with them getting that first win kind of out the gate, this team's going to look a lot better. Probably be more composed to face this Heat team today. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we've had some really rough stretches the first three games where it looks like, hey, we about to get swept. And then
Yeah, bro.
we was able to get the one game where we, like I said, we won by a point on this last game. So hopefully we look better. I think we will today.
Nice. I mean that's all we can really hope for. And then like you say that Trey has been able to be big in these clutch moments, but look at Bogey.
Oh, I know.
Bogey in game two and yesterday in game three, he has been clutch with these threes. Sometimes, I mean, I don't always like his shot selection. I feel like he really likes to take those contested threes a little
Yeah.
bit too much for my liking. But I mean, a lot of times he hits them like so. Um, so he's been huge. But I just other than Clint coming back and being that piece down in the paint for us, I feel like we probably need for DeAndre to step up, man.
Yeah, I think so.
And like I go through the phases of loving Dre and the way he plays to also being like, damn, why is he starting? Why is he starting? Like he could be so good on defense, and then sometimes, and then like other times, it's just like he just looks lost.
Yeah. I mean, we could say the same about Trae Young on defense sometimes, though.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like,
Trey don't play no defense.
yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. The I'll say a couple things about the NBA playoffs so far is the Nuggets are like a fake team, like clearly,
I mean,
you know, they
obviously, but then like I mean, can you blame them? I mean, they
I
are
know that,
playing Golden State,
yeah, and they don't have
and
Jamal Murray, so uh you know, it is what it is. I'm just saying they did so well in the regular season for people to be saying Nikola Jokic should have another MVP over like Joel Embiid. And I'm like,
I mean, listen, we all saw that game winning three that Embiid threw up the other night, bro. That was a
yeah,
crazy shot with .9 seconds left to go in the game. Like, come on, what are we
it
talking
almost
about?
seems like it's becoming like a popularity award, though. You know, like everybody's just saying, "Oh, it should be Joel's year, or it should be Russell Westbrook's year for the triple double." Um, when
Well, I
like
mean,
it used to be the best player on the best team. Like this year, if you went on like past standards of that, like when Steph Curry won his right, his two MVPs, he was the best player on the best team. This year, it really would have gone to like Devin Booker then, but he was never even really considered over Jokic and Joel Embiid, which is crazy. Um, so I don't know. It's kind of becoming like a popularity contest for MVP. Like, oh, who hasn't won it yet? Like
yeah.
Joel, it's your turn. Devin Booker, it's your turn next year.
Well, I mean, I would like to see Devin Booker, get his flowers and get his MVP. But I mean, they ain't won finals yet, even though they went to the finals last year.
Well,
And I think
they say it's a
they have
regular
a
season
very
award though.
good. Oh yeah, uh, I think they do have a very good chance of making it to the finals this year. But
Even
also,
if Book's injured, because they said he's out 3 to 4 weeks with that hamstring.
shit,
I mean, they
I
won
don't
their
know,
last
man.
game. They can probably get through the first round, but the second round
Yeah,
might kill him if he's out.
yeah.
So, hey, I'm just saying, it's usually the
And
best player on the best team.
they're playing the Jazz right now, right? They're playing Utah.
No, they're playing New Orleans, the Pelicans.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Who's playing? Who's playing Utah?
I think Dallas.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Now they got Dallas got, oh my god,
They
what's
got
his
Luca
name?
back.
Yes, they got Luca back. There's so many names to remember. I'm so terrible with names. Um
Yeah,
yeah, so they got Luca back now. He's ready to go for game 4.
well, he
Um
played last game. Well, he did play game 4 and they lost because they lost by a point yesterday, 99-100. The series is even at 2.
was that game 4?
Yeah,
Damn,
it's two
it's
to
too much
two.
basketball. 2-2. Um and then we got Golden State about to play now. I mean, they are playing right now. And I mean, Jordan Poole has been huge
I didn't
for
know
this
he was that
team.
good, man. Like,
Huge for this team. They was calling him a bust. They was calling him a
yeah,
bust last year. Well, he
it
got he
was.
got drafted in 2019, right?
Uh, I don't know.
Because I wasn't he was he not on their G League team uh last year?
Yeah, I think they sent him to the G League last year for a few weeks,
And
dude.
now man just putting up crazy numbers and just performing crazy for
Yeah,
this team in the in the playoffs. So I mean, if they can keep up that kind of intensity, I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to stop Golden
I
State.
I'd say we should probably pump the brakes on the Warriors just because they
Think
are
so?
facing the Nuggets. Like the Nuggets just have Jokic. Like I said, they don't even have Jamal Murray this season because of the injury. So they are literally facing a Nuggets team that somehow, trifled their way through the playoffs. But no, I don't think they're any good, really. Um, I'm not saying the Warriors aren't good. I'm saying the Nuggets aren't good. I'm
Yeah.
thinking the next round, whoever the Warriors face, it's probably going to be a much more even series.
Okay. Well, hopefully, I mean, I definitely see them making it out of this series, and hopefully our Hawks can make it out of this series. Um, Also, uh, bringing it back to the Hawks, DeLon Wright, he
Oh
has
yeah,
came up, he has came up huge for our team in this series, and like I'm these bench players. I mean, we've talked about it before about how kind of how solid our bench
yeah,
is. I'm glad that they're not shying away from this challenge in the series so far. And I mean, whether what Gallinari had like what 17 and like the first was it the first game or
well, they shouldn't be shy. I mean, we was in the Eastern Conference Finals last season, so
I mean yeah I know but like to me I feel like the bench has damn near outshined our starters this whole
yeah,
season.
that's true. I think so, but I mean, hey, we were one of those teams, early affected by COVID and everything. Uh, which I mean, hey, it is what it is. And speaking of COVID, I get to travel for work this week, and I ain't got to wear a mask on a plane.
That's true, man. Like I like people have I don't feel like blown it out of proportion, but I feel like they're way too excited than they need to be about not having to wear a mask on the plane. So people are like taking selfies with each other on the plane without their masks on and stuff. Like, oh, celebration, woo! Like I'm probably still gonna wear a mask
Yeah.
uh, on the plane and everything. I actually kind of like it. Like I fall asleep a lot when I fly, and I don't know. Wear my mask kind of brings me comfort when I fall asleep on a plane.
Hey, man. And you've got the freedom to do it. Uh, Personally, like me, man, I'll just like start sweating with that mask on the plane. Like everything in the plane is so condensed already. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't breathe. So I start sweating. Um, so I mean, hey, I'm kind of happy. I could care less. Like I've been saying it the whole time. They're like, if you want to wear a mask, hey, wear a mask. Like I'm not gonna judge you. Shoot. There's still some people walking around in the stores wearing a mask. Different social settings, like my son's gymnastics class. There's still usually one person who's wearing a mask. I mean, hey, I could care less. I mean, most of us are vaccinated, and if you want to wear a mask, hey, it's America, baby. You're free to do whatever you want. So,
Oh yeah,
um, yeah, I got to go to DC for work again. First time in DC this year, but I went twice last year.
nice. I mean, I still haven't been back to DC since middle school,
Yeah,
but I mean, it was fun when I went there, bro. I really want to take another trip over there, man. Those museums are a lot of fun.
yeah, we got a little bit of family roots down there from where we started our family at with Jaden and everything. So it'll be fun. Although last summer when I went, that whole military neighborhood was getting demolished, so they could build a new housing community. Because I mean, it was old, but so who's to say that on this trip when I drive out there that our old house isn't demolished already? Because it was getting pretty close last time.
Damn. Well, maybe take a picture of it or something before it gets going.
Yeah, well, I did last time. So it'll be a fun trip for work. Yeah, and we talked about it, on the show. For all you loyal listeners, you'll be happy to note I will not be bringing any electronics in checked luggage because the TSA did royally screw me. I don't know if they were watching this podcast, but when they struck down both of my appeals and they're like, hey, you're basically going to have to take the federal government to court if you want to recoup this money. I was like, all right. Well, I lost. So, you know, they ain't going to get me again. They ain't going to get me again.
Hell no. Good, good. That's good on you, bro. Like, the TSA, they're just weird, bro. I feel like they're mad weird. On this last time I was gone, one of my coworkers got his batteries for his impact drill stolen by TSA. Like, because I mean they're like the lithium batteries or whatever. So I don't think we're supposed to have them go through checked luggage. But like, I've never ever ever had a problem. I've never had a problem with the TSA taking my batteries before. So now I gotta be on high alert. I gotta take extra stuff out of my tool bag just to put it in my backpack. So so TSA ain't getting me, that's for sure. I hate every time I get to where I'm going to those little cars that they leave saying, oh yeah, TSA checked your stuff. Like,
I hate them. Dude, I posted the pictures on our show, right? When we aired that episode, literally they were mocking me because I said I was basically like, hey, please don't touch my laptop. And then they put one of those freaking TSA notes in my laptop screen. I was like, I was so pissed. Like, I presented all that evidence to the TSA and they're still like, nah, F you. So
yeah,
man.
You gotta be a big old asshole just to work at TSA. Because
apparently,
if you're listening. So but yeah, man. I mean, good for you taking your trip to DC, and good on you for not checking any of your electronics. Or you said you're not bringing them with you, so
I'll bring a couple, right? But
say don't let them scare you into not bringing your stuff. Just don't let them get the opportunity to break your stuff.
Like, I got the new Xbox, but do I want to trust the TSA even with carry-on luggage, or am I just going to bring my PS4 instead? Like,
they don't ever touch your carry-on stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's just like even if it's carry-on now, they've got me so jacked up where I'm like, do I really want to put this Series X in my backpack for it to wiggle around, over my seat and possibly break? So I'm like, I might just bring the PS4 instead. It doesn't cost. I mean, it's not a huge loss now if that gets broken. So, yeah, it'll be a fun trip.
Do you have pre-check?
No.
That's like, bro, if I could recommend anything for anybody flying, it's to get, especially if you fly kind of regularly.
Yeah,
pre-check is the way to go.
I just don't know if
like royalty going through the TSA line.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'd define mine as regularly. Like, even with family trips, I'd say if you count the flight there and back, I maybe take 8 to 10 flights a year since I moved out here. So
I ain't gonna lie to you, that might be enough to get it.
Maybe, but that's only like 4 or 5 trips. So
it's like less than $100. I feel like it pays for itself, like after you fly one time.
I mean, I should have last year. I know my old company would have reimbursed it, but now I'm in a new job where I'm really not supposed to travel. It just the situation kind of turned up where they needed somebody. So yeah, and I don't have anybody in training. So it was like one of those situations where I can't really say no because I don't have an excuse, But I don't mind it either. I mean, I like the area, but still, like, I'm at a job where I'm not supposed to travel. It's just I got this one situation. So
Well,
Is what it
I
is, right?
I suggest that you get it still because it's worth it. You ain't gotta take your shoes off. You ain't gotta
Yeah.
take no belts off. You ain't gotta take nothing out your carry-on bags, nothing like that. No electronics. You ain't gotta move nothing. All you gotta do is take all your stuff out your pockets, put it in your carry-on, and
Yeah.
you right through. But yeah.
Well, speaking of going right through, I'm going to tell you what's going right through to the gutter, and that's Netflix, right? So
Hell
Netflix
yeah.
is they they their shares dropped by like 43%, and they lost at least 200,000 subscribers and are expected to lose another 2 million. Um, they blame it on password sharing, right? I blame it on them not producing enough content anymore. Like they lost and they raised their prices. Like they keep raising their prices. They're the most expensive streaming option. And yet they don't have enough content to keep up with like Disney or Discovery or HBO because all those companies took their stuff off of Netflix to build their own streaming platforms. And now it's like Netflix, they've got some good originals. I love Ozark. Um, but it's like they can't keep up. Because what I find now is it's mostly just documentaries and like reality dating shows. So
And I mean, they did do a lot of animated stuff too. But I feel like I don't think it's their lack of content is as more as their lack of quality content. Like
yeah,
I haven't, and I'm one of those people who have let go of Netflix because like one day I was just going through there and I was like, man, what is there to watch? And like I maybe clicked through there for like 20 minutes. I was like, bro, I don't want to watch any of this nonsense, bro. I don't care. I don't care about none of this stuff. So I was like, bro, I'm done. I'm done with Netflix. And they still send me the little emails like, oh, Arthur, come back to
yeah,
Netflix and so and this forth. I'm like, no, nah. I mean, I'll get it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna get it back when Stranger Things comes back, just because I
oh
mean,
yeah,
of course, I want to see it. But I mean, the fact that they dropped the whole season on the same day, I can watch it in less than a month, and then just pay that little money to have it for that month, and then I'm out of here.
yeah.
I'm out of here
They
again.
they've stopped doing that. I don't know if they're gonna do that with Stranger Things. I think it's like a two-part premiere, kind of like they're doing with Ozark, where they said, "Oh, it's season 4, part 1," and they dropped 7 episodes on this date, and then part 2 is coming out like 2 months later, which is actually next week
Oh,
now. But yeah, that way they
well,
try to keep people.
well, I'll get it. I'll get it for that little month that they dropped the little first part. Then let it go again, and
Yeah,
then as soon as that little next part come out, I'll get it again. Because
yeah,
they just haven't. They haven't. They used to have really good originals.
yeah,
Um, that were consistent, like quality wise,
yeah,
consistent quality wise, and now like I feel like they have moved on to like lackluster movies that really nobody cares about, and like animated TV shows that like I mean I'm an adult. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't watch animated stuff. You got kids,
yeah.
you watch animated stuff. I don't know if you would watch it if you didn't have kids, but
We
animated
watched,
stuff that just doesn't hit for me no more. Like,
yeah, we watched that Klaus movie, like a Santa Claus film. But
yeah,
I mean, if we want to watch animation, there's Disney Plus, like for the kids.
yeah,
So
and like, well, I don't want to just say all animation, put it in a blanket, but like animated stuff like ain't for kids. Like, it doesn't, it don't do it for me. Like, I'm not out here watching like,
you
and
don't
then
like
I
Rick and
mean that
Morty?
goes for that's why I'm saying ain't for kids. Like
Yeah,
that's Rick and Morty is ain't for kids. Like of course I'm watching that. And then I watch like Smiling Friends on HBO Max. But like that's because it's like more adult oriented. I'm not turning on Disney Plus to watch like turning red either or anything like that. Like I just like it don't that don't hit for me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I read these articles. They're like, "Oh, we're about to start cracking down on password sharing." Well, what's that gonna do? Like, who?
Yeah,
I mean, aside from like my sister Molly, like, who is out there really? How many people do they think are password sharing? Like, I'm on a family plan, right? You can have up to 6 profiles. Okay. Now, how are they going to crack down on this? I live in Colorado. My nanny, who has a profile on our account, lives in Georgia. Now, in the computer world, you can track IP locations, right? So you can say, oh, this person just logged in, they're in Georgia. So cut them off because the main account holder's in Colorado. And I'm thinking, if they start doing that, I'm going to be really pissed because, like, what if, like, Nanny's trying to watch something and I'm trying to watch something, or even if we just travel to like Georgia, they're gonna be say, hey, you can't use it in this location, or I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'm just thinking of like scenarios. I'm like, who is really password sharing that much? Um, but for me, it's more or less like the content. Like,
yeah,
I just saw that they released a documentary about John Wayne Gacy, like the clown killer. Um, I'm like, that's really weird because Peacock literally just did a documentary on it like 3 months ago. So uh they're just documentaries, and then you got these shows like that Ultimatum and The Circle, which is all like reality stuff now. And I'm literally like, me personally, I love comedies. And when The Office was on Netflix, I was watching it. But now I'm mostly using HBO Max because I'm watching like uh Curb Your Enthusiasm and Practical Jokers, South Park. I'm like, yeah, this is where all the good stuff is. Really, like, I'm not watching hardly anything on Netflix anymore.
yeah, bro. Like it's and they want to blame it on password sharing, but like you gotta have you gotta have decent stuff to where people want to share your passwords,
Yeah.
or share their password, so they'll be on there. No, you losing subscribers because y'all done fell off. Y'all they don't want to admit that they done fell off, and then they lost all that money.
Oh yeah.
What was like $53 billion when their shares dropped. And so like what you think taking away the opportunity for somebody to be able to share a password that maybe might in the future uh, lead to more money because that person who was sharing that password with the other person, they might be like, damn, maybe I'll just get my own Netflix account. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
think
then
no, go ahead. Sorry. I had like a whole nother thought. So
uh they just gonna lose out on more money, in my opinion.
yeah, I just think we're living in like a new age where like subscribers are smart, like yourself. You was like, dang, why am I even paying for Netflix? I got like 4 other subscriptions and I'm
Yeah,
not using it. So like, if T-Mobile wasn't paying for our Netflix, I probably wouldn't have it anymore. Because most of the good content that we watch is like literally HBO Max, Hulu, and Discovery. Yeah, that streaming service. And of course there's Disney Plus for mainly the kids. But
yeah.
yeah.
Hulu really
Oh, Prime too. They're
kind
really
of
good.
revolutionized the game to where like all their properties, like their stuff from Fox,
Oh yeah.
like it'll be on like especially like TV shows, it'll be on Hulu the next day right
Yeah.
after it premieres on TV. And I feel like that's like the best way to do it. And so like I mean I've binge watched Snowfall. I'm fully caught up on it. They just had their season 5 finale the other day. I mean, of course, I watched it on Hulu, but
Mm.
that's the best way. And they got Atlanta on right now, and I mean, you don't even need like separate TV subscription just to watch, just to keep up with
Yeah.
your favorite TV show right now.
Yeah. Even with like Peacock, you get all that NBC programming live. Like And just because we have Xfinity, they give us Peacock for free, right? Um, because it's all owned by like NBC or whatever.
Yeah. And
Comcast.
HBO Max does the same thing with like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh yeah.
All their shows, like it's right on it's right on the app the next day. So
Yeah. Like the Super Bowl, I watched live for free because of my Peacock app, you know. So I don't know. I think Netflix is uh, I wouldn't be surprised if within like the next 2 years they're done because subscribers are getting smart. It's like that dumb CNN Plus project that crashed and burned within a month. Like they literally after a month of being opened, like, hey guys, we're closing up shop here. This is done. We don't have enough people paying for news streaming, which by the way they shouldn't because it sounds like it'd be really boring to pay for a news
yeah,
streaming service.
yeah.
They're trying to target the wrong demographic. The people that actually watch the news don't know how to use streaming services. So uh
But I feel like as revolutionary as Netflix was,
yeah.
that once the game started changing, they didn't change along with it, and they just kind of took hit after hit. Oh, everybody else is taking their stuff off of here and making their own streaming services. They didn't do anything to try to keep the attention to
Yeah.
them and keep the subscribers. So I mean, this is what happens. You take the L whenever you're not trying to move to fit what is going on in the market. So
Dude, that's what happens. Like literally somebody changes the game, right? And then companies see that and they're like, okay, we can do what they do, but we can do it better. like Amazon Prime, who now has that huge NFL deal, like with Thursday Night Football. Man, that's awesome. Like now people are going to be watching football on there along with, the various shows like The Boys. That Reacher show I watched was really cool. Better than the movies. So yeah. I mean, hey, all right, it might be early, but RIP Netflix. We're gonna miss you.
I ain't gonna miss you. That's for sure. I already
Yeah,
missed all the shows that I did watch that they canceled. So
that's true. They have a habit of doing that too. They cancel all their shows. Uh so yeah. Yeah, man. It's a little shift in society, how the streaming wars are going.
yeah. Um, but I mean, it's whatever. I'll be glad to see him go if it happens.
Yeah. They should have done like what Amazon did, like Amazon basically purchased like a whole studio just so they could, do more original content. Netflix is still just kind of relying on other studios and then they just buy the rights to it, to stamp their name on it. So hey, it is what it is, but yeah, I think they might be tough to have a stay and hold, especially because they keep raising their prices. You're telling me you're going to crack down on password sharing and you're going to continue to raise your prices? Don't sound like a winning combo to me.
No,
So,
because then if somebody was getting like money for like half of the account, and now you can't share your password with them, like what's the use?
yeah. So who knows? They're probably done for. RIP Netflix. RIP.
Absolutely.
Um, but yeah, folks. Hey,
But
we're gonna. That's pretty much it. That's all the topics.
real quick, Jared, I don't know if you've been keeping up with this kind of debate that's been going on right now,
Mhm.
but it's the e-girl uh debates. You know what e-girls are, right?
No,
You don't know what e-girls are?
what e-girls are?
Yeah, e-girls, like the girls who like play video games, and they
No, I
stream
mean,
on.
would they have called it the same thing for boys? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
mean, technically, yeah, they're e-boys too.
No, I don't know anything about them.
No? Oh, okay. Well, what? Dang, dang, Jared,
Bro,
you ruined the
look,
joke.
I am so out of touch, man. Like literally my wife Tiff will tell you we just joked about this last night where she was talking about something on TikTok and I was like, "Oh, look that up." She's like, "Well, I can do it. They have a link tree, but I don't want to go to it." I was like, "What's a link tree?" She's like, "What are you talking about? You don't know what a link tree is? You work in IT?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not in social media type IT, okay? I work on keeping y'all's IT alive, but I don't do the whole social stuff. Like I'm still so far behind in
You
like the
suck,
social
Jared.
settings."
You suck, Jared. Basically, this was supposed to be a D's nuts joke, and you're supposed to say, "Yeah, I know what an e-girl is," and then I was supposed to say e-girl or I-lady, and then you're like e-girl because like I don't even know what an I-lady is,
And you're
and
gonna say,
then
"Hi, ladies, nuts on
say,
your face" or something.
yes,
Yeah.
I-lady's nuts on your chin, and you don't even know what an e-girl is.
No, I don't. I
Oh,
see when you first said it, I thought it was
that's a
about
wrap.
to go a really weird route. I'm like, whoa, where's he about to take this show? What's an e-girl? And so I I'm so glad that it took the other way.
No, yeah, I was just gonna make a these nuts joke. So never mind. Yeah, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap the show up. You
uh
ruined my joke.
oh, sorry for ruining your joke, man. But yeah, folks. Closing thoughts. Hey, go travel this year. Go travel. See something new. Um, See something new and enjoy your life. So you can find me on Twitter, though you won't really see anything. Is at Jared Evans. And yeah, over to you, man.
Um, my closing thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You know, we are here. We may not be consistent every week, but we're gonna give you something, damn it. So this week we back.
That's
So
right.
um yeah. So listen, tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your anybody who likes to listen to podcasts. Uh, and you can find me on Twitter at young underscore ABG. That's young without the O underscore ABG. It's like the first time I messed up on my Twitter handle. And but yeah, I mean I be tweeting. I make tweets sometimes. I tweeted like yesterday. It was a sad tweet. I tweeted about how Yuri ruined my confidence. Um, but you can find us on Twitter at unheard underscore of pod. That is going to be the same on Instagram, unheard underscore of pod. Facebook, we on Facebook, unheard of. That's us. You search unheard of and you find us. That's hopefully who you were looking for. Uh, and Twitter, I mean not Twitter. I'm messing this up. You discombobulated me after you didn't even know what a Negro was. Um, YouTube, we be having links to YouTube too because we record the podcast visually. So you want to watch our faces, we on YouTube.
That's right.
Anything else? If you want to find us mostly anywhere else, we there.
Yeah, that's right, folks. Um, no, so yeah, thank you all for listening. Sorry for skipping a week with Easter. Hopefully we can get y'all another one really soon. Um, so yeah, you know, without further ado, we love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us. Hear it unheard of.
Peace.
Unheard of.